old as I am, I once was a child, and a child whose parents went through struggles to make my life easier. A community that fought a war, a community, a country, to make our lives possible. Tom Brokaw rightly called them the greatest generation. They did cure an evil. They cured the world of an evil. And they gave us a life that was such that we didn't have to put up with their struggles. And as I went through a career, I never thought I could equal that, and I know I didn't, but in watching some of these YouTube videos and dealing with transsexuals, I find their life to be easier than mine. So if my generation has done anything, not me personally, as the story will tell, not me personally, but the group of LGBTs, their sufferings have made the process of transition, this process of bringing about a more comfortable life possible. So there's that. I guess if there is a contribution, this might be it. Things I did to get me through the struggle. And there were struggles, although certainly not to match those of my peers who really did struggle. As the president announced in his inauguration speech, he revealed that we are human. No, he didn't reveal it. He knew it, but he acted upon it. So life is better for us, and it's for the younger people, these people I watch on television, it's even better. So things have improved. Well, in writing this story, I've looked for how is it that somehow or another I managed to follow the words of Ecclesiastes and Camus. So what I did, I read as much as I could. I saw things on television that helped make me who I was, who really scared me. I worked in small communities where I really didn't feel I could survive in them, and I enjoyed being in them. I couldn't enjoy being who I was. So, in a way, I created a persona. A life I lived within myself, hidden, and a life I presented to the world outside of me, which I knew was an artificial life, but it was enough to get by. And I wrote, I read, I even made videos over a number of years and took photographs of my observations of people who did guide me, and there were women, of course, everywhere. I tried to make myself, in my own private life, as much as I could a part of their lives. And I called these people as life went along Karren, Karren. From Karren, this conglomerate of all of the people I observed that tried to keep some element of femininity in me alive. From Karren, my view from the top, in my dress. Then again, the next push of a job, a social role, an almost continuous strain in a never-ending peak at that. I felt my own possibility, and translating that is simply, I ran against walls, personal walls. They were walls within. They had nothing to do with society. Well, society contributed, but I always took responsibility for the things I did, and there were difficulties. And I always had a Karen to help me through them, and I think that's what I'm trying to say. Were I religious, it would be a guardian angel, but I always had somebody who put up with me when I couldn't put up with me. Within me I had a demonic urge, so much of society said, that all of this that I was doing was wrong, that to sacrifice myself so was wrong. And no matter what I did, it was a sacrifice. I would either sacrifice my enjoyment of the fruits of my labor or the reality within me. I felt pain, real, and imagined that to act out what I did was the better choice. I failed in a rebellion in Ann Arbor when I didn't know what to do, when the life I led wasn't good. But as its stone rolled over me, flattened, I found a Karen who blew, or she found me, who blew myself up again, and after, when I dusted off, to find a smaller one to push this time. I had to quit a couple of jobs for very, very personal reasons. In jobs I felt were not easy to come by, although I did have potential. I had college degrees, I had successes, all of that. But I had to quit. I had no choice in that. Flat again, I returned, better able to push against something that had happened. The next one was a little bit easier, and the last stone hardly hurt as it bounced over me. But now, I have no stone. It isn't that the stone is gone. That doesn't happen. There are always these difficulties to confront. But there's no hill to climb. It's a flat push, and I have really what I want in the background. You can hear the bubble of a wood stove. I love being in this rural area where I live. And each year, the property that I have, the flowers I find, the fishing I do, the motorcycle in the basement, those things from my past and present become entirely enjoyable. So I dusted myself out. I found my dress fit well. I eased into other stories, and Karen, as I pushed and stretched, society applauded, and then moved on, satisfied that I did okay. Sisyphus is on the flat land, pushing entirely with ease. And a little comment about one of the Karens. The Karen I'm thinking about now, surprisingly enough, has been an influence in just the last few days. It's why I'm making these videos and trying to make them of some quality. Violet is her name, is much more the woman than I see myself to be. From her talks, from her videos, she is a normal girl, transgender, going through the repairs, and she's delighted with the results as I find from the video and from the readings and from the professionals who help me along. That happens more often than not. She loves, in a way natural to her, to move on. Things happen. Her anticipation is her curiosity to experience them. And she does. And that strikes my curiosity of more of what she has to say. It makes me look at myself with a bit more enjoyable attitude, a bit more openness to do just as I wish, to eat and drink and to enjoy the fruits of my labors, which now are insignificant and inconsequential. I note a difference since Violet. Today I wear this, I think, pretty, kind of old and I suppose out of style red dress, protected by a softer cotton slip. It is fun to wear. It reminds me of the clothing that I had enjoyed feeling so much, the closet I enjoyed being in so much so long ago. It's fun to wear then, both for its color and for its style and because it is a dress. I wear it not with some discomfort, as if I am out of place in it. Today I wear it because it is a nice thing to do. I'm walking now, as if it were the right feeling to have today. And I'm speaking in a way that I enjoy and that people associate with me in the past and in the present. I'm not very artificial, although I'm artificially made. I feel nicer today, not more spectacular, just more natural. I haven't much, but I have what I want. I have the joy of what labors I do in fields I enjoy, with people I enjoy, and who I feel appreciate, understand perhaps. But anyway, I hope they find me enjoyable, and I hope I've found words to express myself. I walk now deservedly, because I am the person I've always been now, walking in a dress as any lady would if she desired and I desire. No longer is there the nervous energy of being made a boy, however done over, feeling that he is not a girl and doesn't naturally express himself to be and never did express himself to be. I'm no longer embarrassed by my need and by my desire to be me, friend. I am, and always have been. And enjoy my past, as I've said. Have found Karens to guide me, and hope you can enjoy me telling you about them. So thanks. Thanks to all of the Karens. Thanks to all the Violets I've observed the last few days.